sure, why not be a complete noob for the video? Hey guys, JJ here, back again with another video. Today we are doing a first ride impression on the Royal Enfield Interceptor 650. This bike was loaned to me by a very good friend of mine. I will leave a link to his channel in the description below. He has a YouTube channel documenting all the mods that he has done to the bike, as well as some work that he has done over the previous years on different bikes. I'm sure the Royal Enfield fans out there would have noticed that this bike has been heavily modified, albeit very subtly. So yeah, he has given me a list of all the mods that he has done, and I will leave all the details in the description. He has provided links and all. So yeah. Now, full disclosure, I have ridden this bike once before. That was on the very first day that he got it. It was only around the block, and as I said, it's way back to simpler times when we could see each other's faces. So yeah, about a year ago, I think. First thing you notice immediately is that exhaust note. This thing sounds sweet. I remember it sounded really awesome stock, but yeah, it sounds so much better with these aftermarket exhausts that he has put on. I'm not sure what these are, but as I said, all of the details will be in the description. Also, although I was a bit of a noob back there, the clutch is actually really light, and it's got a slipper clutch, so it's perfect for idiots like me. Now, contrary to popular belief, the Interceptor is not actually a new bike. Royal Enfield did make Interceptors way back in the 60s. That was of course over on the British side. So what we have here today is actually a revival of that 60s classic, if you will, with modern engineering. Now the seat is quite high, and I do like where that puts me when I'm in traffic. It does give a very commanding vantage point. Now one thing, the bike is not as flicky as I thought it would be. It could be me, I might be a bit too timid on it. But yeah, it's really easy to ride, handles great, wells of power, but not enough to get me into any kind of real trouble. Although I could get into trouble on anything, if I'm being honest. So let's go into the specs a bit. Although modeled after an older bike, Royal Enfield did go back to scratch in designing this thing. It has a newly designed tubular steel frame, designed of course to house their new pedal twin engine. 648cc air-cooled pedal twin with a 270-degree crank. That is of course what gives it that awesome exhaust sound. Enfield claims 47 brake horsepower at 7,150 RPM and a maximum torque of 52 Newton meters at 5,250 RPMs, which means absolutely jack to me, to be honest. All I can say is, yeah, it's got a pretty linear power delivery. So yeah, it just gives as much as you take. So let's open her up a bit. It does have decent engine braking. I'm actually trying to get back in the habit of engine braking. It has a 6-speed transmission, which is a first for Enfield, and it's geared in a very well balanced manner. So yeah, pretty approachable, I would say, for beginners. And finding neutral is not hard at all on this, luckily. So a con that I have noticed, and yeah, the owner also discussed this with me, the foot peg position while riding is perfect, but when stopping, especially for shorter riders, yeah, it's kind of in the wrong place. You kind of have to scoot back and then put your foot down, or else you just get hit in the shins a lot. Yeah, we've had that happen with taller riders as well on the bike. So yeah, as you saw in the first part of the video, it is a pretty tall bike. 31.7 inches is the seat height. So yeah, me being a short boy at 5'3", I can actually get the balls of my feet down, so that's more than enough. So it's tall but still approachable. But yeah, the foot pegs kind of do get in the way. Now here's something really cool about the bike. Enfield designed these bikes to be a blank canvas, if you will, so that people would be encouraged, if you will, to modify them. And they designed it so that it would actually be easy to wrench on, so that the riders themselves would take an interest in wrenching on their bikes. Yeah, and I think that's pretty cool. They bring the classic bike back with the classic attitude of wrenching on your own bike. Yeah, that's something that we actually need these days, in my opinion. So for this short ride, I don't see any cons except for the foot pegs. While stopping, that is. It's got no vibration that I could detect, and being air cooled, I'm not getting any heat off the engine. Sounds awesome, tons of power, but not too much. Handles well. Now the main selling point of the Interceptor is its low price. With an MSRP of $5,800, it's well below any of its competitors in the middleweight class. So yeah, there has to be some cuts made, and there are actually. It's got plastic fenders, both in the front and rear, which actually is a pro in my opinion. Once you get over the purist, plastic fenders are godsend. They don't rust, and you don't know to look at them that they are plastic. The owner did mention the build quality not being all there in some parts, like the turn signals were a bit plasticky. But again, in keeping with the easy customization of the bike, those are easy enough to replace, cheap enough to replace to a decent set. Another thing they did was to leave the engine casings polished aluminum instead of painting them or chrome plating, which looks awesome if you could keep it well maintained. But as the owner also mentioned, it's a bit difficult to maintain in salty conditions like in the Maldives. He also did mention the fuel indicator being a bit unreliable, which is kind of let down as it doesn't have a reserve tank or anything. And yeah, as I said, in this ride I just don't have anything bad to say about this bike, except for the foot pegs when coming to a stop. So yeah, for cons this short, for this much bike, I would say this thing is an absolute steal. It is pretty approachable while having enough power to be a forever bike, I would say, and actually it kind of has proven to be a forever bike in a way. My friend, the owner, actually has owned a ton of bikes before, way bigger displacement, but it seems with the Interceptor he's finally settled. So yeah, there's that. So final thoughts on the Royal Enfield Interceptor 650. Very friendly, balanced power delivery, light clutch, handles awesome, very comfortable riding position, decent brakes with ABS, looks great, sounds awesome. You can modify it to your car's content. I really like the mods he's done on it. It looks like it could be stock, all of the mods. He's done it so subtly. Yeah, and I know you guys are gonna ask, so yeah, links will be in the description for everything. He sent me the whole list of all the mods he's done, so yeah, do check them out. So yeah, this is gonna be it for the video. If you guys liked it, please like the video, share it with all your friends, and if you are new here, please subscribe. I post weekly motorcycle videos. So thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.